Well, I guess I could say that I expected that, maybe? I don't know. There were a lot of things I probably expected happening in this game. There were too many things that happened. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? But then at the end of the day, the Flyers brought us back into reality, and we just like, okay, there's the Flyers. There they are. That's what they actually play like this season. They're not the team that actually had a 2-goal lead against the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh in the third period. My God, what the hell were we thinking of right there? That's the Flyers blowing a 2-goal lead. That's the Flyers losing 30 seconds into the overtime. Pure Flyers. And that's also the Flyers allowing Sidney Crosby's 500 career NHL goal. So yeah, a lot of shit happened tonight. Pure Flyers. Am I right? This is not even a thing where you can get mad anymore. It's just like, why would I have so much emotion to a team that is just that bad? I'm just like, my God. You're just waiting for the inevitable trade deadline when everything happens at this point. That's basically the only meaning for Flyers fans right now is the trade deadline, and we're almost a month from that, I would say. So yeah, it's going to be a long month. Oh yeah, Flyers fans, pity everyone. Now we have 8 straight home games now after this game. 8 straight. My God. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But before we get into this loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And if you are new to the channel, definitely recommend hitting that sub button. So if you are a new viewer to the channel looking for all your latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, this is the place to be at, depending on the outcome. It is great or miserable, depending on that outcome. So yeah, hit the sub button. Also, if you're a current viewer of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. Also, if you're looking for any tickets or anything to upcoming sporting event, concert, whatever you can think of, use the code TTPSPORTS down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. That could be hockey, basketball, when football season starts again, baseball, whenever the hell that decides to come back. Use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase. Basically, it's a free $20 in your pocket. Takes away the fees. You can use that $20 for soda, food, whatever you can think of at the arena. Definitely use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off at SeatGeek today. So, the Flyers fall in overtime against the Pittsburgh Penguins, 5-4. And yeah, a lot of shit happened in this game. Definitely a lot of shit. A lot of it happened. And even before this game entirely, just when you find out Rasmus Ristolainen is now on IR, which is like, when the fuck did that happen? Like, what the fuck happened now? And I think I actually want to try to find a tweet. I believe it was from Jordan Hall. I honestly should have had this up earlier, but, you know, poor planning and all that crap. Am I right? Just basically pure raw reaction. Am I right? But yeah, the Flyers had like so many injuries. This is Jordan Hall from NBC Sports Philadelphia. If I can scroll to this tweet, if it loads up pretty quickly, get away from all the stuff that happened. Here we go. So this was posted 7 hours ago. So tonight the Flyers are without Gary Mayhew. He was scratched today because of the situation that had against the last Detroit game where he got his eye cut. Rasmus Ristolainen out with the past couple of games with an upper body injury. Now he's on IR. Derek Brassard having another injury problem with the hip issue, so he's out. Joel Farabee, we know the situation with him. Sean Couture's out the rest of the season. Kevin Hayes, he's abdominal, and I don't know why they're trying to bring him back. Just let him rest the rest of the year. Let him rest the rest of the year. Ryan Ellis, still out. Patrick Brown, he's been out for a while. Wade Allison's been out for a little bit, and Nate Thompson's been out for a while. So yeah, the Flyers are missing a lot of people. A lot of people. So I was just like, wow, they're missing that many people. And wow, they're that bad. I mean, there's a correlation to everything. Like, yes, the injuries are a factor. Yes, the team's not that talented, which is a factor. Yes, the team does not have that much depth to come up when you have all these injuries, which is a factor. And the team is just not good, which is the major factor. So yeah, there's a lot of factors into why the Flyers aren't good. But that can be another discussion for another day. But yeah, just basically everything. Like, now you're getting all the Claude Giroux rumors. I think from one of the Colorado Avalanche insiders or something like that. But then I heard that rumor was possibly false. Because when I think about that, I forget who it was specifically, but they said Claude Giroux he was going to waive his no movement clause, and he wants to be traded to the Avalanche. And if that trade wouldn't have gone through, Minnesota and St. Louis would also be acceptable destinations. But that's weird. Why would this guy get the report, but none of the Flyers insiders, like not Jordan Hall, not anyone from the Enquirer, not Charlie O'Connor, not anyone else, just basically anyone. Why would this person specifically find out that Claude Giroux is waiving his no-movement clause right now? Even though I do expect it to happen eventually, I do believe there is some truth to that, just because there's some traction going on between Philadelphia and Colorado, just because Danny Briere has been, known to be at the Colorado games recently. So there's definitely some truth into that, but I don't think it's fully observed right now that he has waived his no-movement clause. I'm assuming eventually his agent is going to let the Flyers talk to different teams just to see where Claude Giroux can, list the teams that he would prefer to be traded to and all of that. So it's eventually going to go down because we're a month away from the trade deadline, and something like that's eventually going to happen. So I think as we get closer and closer and closer towards that trade deadline date, the more rumors, the more sources, more everything you're going to be hearing about the Claude Giroux trade is basically going to be shaping up as the weeks go on towards the trade deadline. So getting into this game now, very interesting, very, very, very interesting. Surprisingly, I didn't understand why they didn't start Tristan Jarry, but I guess from Pittsburgh's standpoint, starting the Smith, you're like, okay, the Flyers are a bad team. Let's throw the Smith in there, try to get a win under there. And originally, the Flyers were winning in this game. So Flyers get the first goal of the game. Honestly, it was a pretty boring game before that standpoint. Pittsburgh got some chances, Flyers got some chances, but it really wasn't that, major action at that point. But then the Flyers, they spring up, they get a little bit of a 2-on-1 action, Claude Giroux and Cam Atkinson, Oscar Lindblom moving up the ice, and Claude Giroux, a little bit of trying to get the puck off of his skates and onto his stick, and he wires one past to Smith, making it a 1-0 lead. So Claude Giroux gets the first goal in Pittsburgh, up in that trade value. That's all that matters at this point. But then, not that long after, actually, a little under 20 seconds, Pittsburgh ties it immediately. It is Simone, off of a redirection, off of a shot from Pettersson, makes it 1-1. And that was a chance that Carter Hart really had no shot at. It was a redirection right in front of him, so there was basically no chance in that whatsoever. Then the Flyers eventually take a penalty. The Flyers can't clear the zone. And then you got Evgeny Malkin set up Sidney Crosby in his usual spot back door on the power play, puts a top cheese past Carter Hart, and there is goal number 500 in the career of Sidney Crosby, and also his 50th career goal against the Flyers. You literally could have predicted this happening. It was in Pittsburgh. It was against the Flyers, who is the team that he has dominated the most throughout his entire career. Like, seriously, that was the easiest betting thing you could have possibly done in this game, was to bet Sidney Crosby scoring, because there was so much crap going into it that he was like, yeah, this is the perfect moment for Sidney Crosby to score his 500 goal. Like, you basically applaud the Sidney Crosby. Congratulations, getting your 500 goal. I know as a kid, I hated your guts. I did not respect you whatsoever, but me now, as an adult, doing this YouTube channel to a good amount of people watching, I respect you, even though you have no idea who the fuck I am, and you're never going to know that, but still. I have grown to respect Sidney Crosby. I've grown to love Sidney Crosby and everything that he has done. So congratulations to career goal number 500, and definitely is going to be a lot more down the road for Sidney, and definitely a lot more against the Flyers, so more pain for me. So, yeah, second period, Flyers down 2-1. Actually, the Flyers tied early in the second period. Scott Laughton off of a nice chance. Scott Laughton, actually, just to talk about the past couple of games even as well, Scott Laughton has been everywhere on the ice. So talking about people that have been, taking, like, the very few people that have actually, like, shown up in all this stuff, besides, like, Claude Giroux, Cam Atkinson, and all that, Scott Laughton has been pretty noticeable. And he had himself a pretty nice game as well tonight. Gets a goal, ties it up off of the loose change in the slot. No chance for DeSmith there, ties the game up. Flyers halfway through this period, once again, it's that JVR Laughton Konechny line out there, and you get Nick Seeler. Nick Seeler, out of all people, blast one's home from the point, and it becomes a 3-2. I stuttered on that for some reason. Don't blame me. 3-2 Flyers lead. I was like, huh? Out of all people? Nick Seeler. Okay. And then getting towards the later stages of this period, Scott Laughton, once again being very noticeable this period, can't score on the breakaway, but then the puck finds the stick of Justin Braun, and he wires one home. It looked like it deflected off something in front as well, but still, Justin Braun after Nick Seeler? What is going on here? Flyers score 2 goals? 3 goals in a period? What is happening? 4-2 Flyers going into the intermission. So you're okay. Going up 4-2 in the intermission. Can the Flyers close it out? It's a possibility. And honestly, they weren't playing that bad of a third period. They weren't. They killed off a couple of penalties going from the second into the third as well. But, a lone penalty from Isaac Ratcliffe, delay of the game. And yeah, that's basically all she wrote. That's all she wrote from there. Because it's Jake Guentzel. Once again, the Flyers can't clear the zone. And it's a little bit of a weird play too. Letang tries to throw it in front of the net. It looks like it deflects off of one of the Flyers defensemen in front as well. The puck was literally bouncing in front of Carter Hart, and Guentzel is there just to bury the loose change. Makes it a 4-3 game. And not even, 11 seconds later, I think this is, not even, just how? How on earth? You can't make this shit up. You really can't. On a play that originally did look offside, they didn't challenge it, and it's Rudwiddle tying it up off of a puck thrown into the front of the net. This guy's left all by himself. No idea. No one knows where the hell this guy is, and he buries it by Carter Hart. It's literally just one of those plays you throw it to the goaltender looking for a rebound. You get the rebound. The guy pushing the net buries the rebound. That's basically all it is, and it becomes a 4-4 game. Flyers do get a light power play in this period, as the Flyers' power play, as per usual, sucks. So yeah, going into overtime, the Flyers try to drive up the ice in the early stages of it. Claude Giroux gets checked by Chris Letang, and he tries to go backwards. Ivan Provorov's not there to get the puck. Chris Letang goes the other way, becomes a 2-on-1 with him and Sidney Crosby as the guy trailing, and Letang goes 5-0 by Carter Hart, and that is the game. The Penguins win 5-4 in the overtime. Stars of this game: Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, and Jake Guentzel. Stats: shots on goal, 34 shots to 27 in favor of Pittsburgh. Flyers won the faceoff percentage, 57%. Flyers go 0-4 on the power play, while Pittsburgh goes 2-4. So yeah, both sides of the Flyers special teams showing their ugly faces. Physical game, 20 hits to 17 in favor of Pittsburgh. Both teams blocked 14 shots each. Pittsburgh surprisingly gave the puck away 14 times to the Flyers, 5. And shots on goal per period, 9-7 in the first in favor of Pittsburgh, 18-13 in favor of Pittsburgh in the second, and 7-6 in the third in favor of the Flyers. And the lone shot in overtime by Pittsburgh was the game-winning goal by Chris Letang. Yeah, very, very interesting game. No words, and I'm just like, man, if you lost that game, why didn't you just lose in regulation? Come on. We don't need these loser points. We're trying to lose down in the standings. Come on, man. Come on. Drop down those standings. I don't want the loser points. Yeah, wins would be nice, of course. They're always going to be nice that every once in a while when you're going to get them this season. But lose more games, please. Because right now, if you look at the Metropolitan standings, you are now 39 points on the season at 15-24-9. You are tied with the New Jersey Devils, who also have 39 points on the season at 17-28-5. But the Flyers, they do technically have 2 games in hand on the Devils, so who knows what the hell is going to happen in that standpoint. And looking at the entire league where the Flyers sit, the Flyers are currently still the 6th worst team in the National Hockey League. The teams that are below him, the New Jersey Devils, the Ottawa Senators, Seattle Kraken, Arizona Coyotes, and the Montreal Canadiens. So, looking at the rest of the upcoming schedule for the Flyers, well, not the rest of the entire schedule, just basically the upcoming games. Like I said, the Flyers have 8 straight home games. 8 straight. Starting Thursday against the Washington Capitals. Then they're off the entire weekend, and they'll have a back-to-back at home starting President's Day on Monday against the Carolina Hurricanes. And then the very next night on Tuesday will be against the St. Louis Blues. Have 3 days off after that. Have a 12:30 matchup on a Saturday against the Capitals again. And then going into the beginning of March, a Tuesday night game against Edmonton, Thursday against the Minnesota on the 3rd of March, on the 5th of March, Saturday, 3 o'clock game against Chicago, and then to wrap up that homestand, it's on the 8th on a Tuesday against the Vegas Golden Knights. And then after that homestand, looking at the rest of March, 2 road games against Florida and Carolina, back home against Montreal, and then so on and so forth with the rest of the schedule. You play 2 more home games after Montreal, but then you go on a little bit of an extended road trip after that as well. So you get this big stretch of home games for the Flyers, and then basically at the end of March, it looks like it's going to be at least a 6-game road stand at the end of March. So, yeah. So expect a lot of home games upcoming for the Flyers, 8 straight. And definitely not going to be a lot of pretty hockey. The Flyers are playing a lot of really good teams, so there's a lot of good chances that this team is going to get embarrassed night in and night out. Washington, Carolina, basically every team that they're playing besides, I would say, Edmonton and Chicago are good. And Edmonton and Chicago are still better than the Flyers, but not saying they're good teams. They're still better than the Flyers. Basically, any team is better than the Flyers at this point besides the teams that are below them, but still. Yeah, there's a lot of good chances that, maybe there's another 10-game losing streak in this team's midst. You never know. You never know. 3-game losing streak currently coming out of the All-Star break. Washington, probably not going to beat them. Carolina, definitely not going to beat them. St. Louis, probably not. Washington, again, probably not. Who knows? Who knows at this point? Could have another 10-game losing streak on our hands. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, what are your thoughts on this game, everyone? What are your thoughts on the Claude Giroux rumors? Your thoughts on Sidney Crosby doing his thing tonight? I want to hear all those thoughts down in the comment section below, so don't forget to leave those there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merch website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All the good stuff is down in the description below. Don't forget to check those out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing you can do is hit that sub button, and also use the code TTPSPORTS down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek, and I will see you next time.